UFC is heading to Baku for a fight night headlined by Jamal Hill and Khalil Rountree. We have been getting one good card and then a bad card, so hopefully this one will be a banger since last week was pretty mid. We have some fun matchups and low-key a pretty stacked card as well. But anyway guys, today I have a short and simple breakdown for each fight, starting from the early prelims and working our way leading towards the main event. But like always guys, without further ado, let's start with the first fight. Hamdi versus Mohammed Usman, which is Kamaru Usman's brother, but the heavyweight version of him, just not as good. But alright, guys, this is going to be a heavyweight matchup. It's going to be the first one of the night, I believe. We have Hamdi 6-0 with 1 no contest. It's obviously an undefeated fighter. His most recent win was over Pogues, where it was a pretty close fight and it went to the split decision towards him. But besides that, he has 5 KO/TKO victories. He's going up against Mohammed Usman. He's 11-4. He's currently on a 2-fight losing streak. One of them being to Mick Parkin, I believe. And I forgot who the other one was, this most recent one. But I don't know, guys. The heavyweight matchups are always so unpredictable, man, because they have so much power behind their fists that with one punch, the fight can end, you know. But I think I'm going to go with the favorite here in Hamdi, the Egyptian fighter, to get a nice KO/TKO victory here. Sweet, guys. Moving on to the next fight, we got Tagir Ulanbekov going up against Azat Maksum. Tagir was supposed to have a different opponent, but he pulled out, I believe. So now he's fighting Azat. Tagir 16-2. He's currently on a 3-fight win streak with 2 submissions and 1 unanimous decision win. He's 5-1 in the UFC. His only loss was to Tim Elliott, which is not too bad of a loss, but that was a couple years ago, I believe. And he's going up against Azat Maksum. He's coming off a loss to Charles Johnson, where he lost by unanimous decision. Before that, he was undefeated. So we'll see how this fight goes, because Tajir, he's got that Dagestani wrestling ability, and he's low-key kind of a decision merchant. So for my pick, I think Tajir is going to be able to control Azama on the ground. He's going to be able to dominate him, take him down however and whenever he likes. And Azza is not going to have an answer for Tajir, so I got Tajir to win by unanimous decision or a submission in the second round. So you guys, moving on to the next fight, we got Irina Alexieva. She's going up against Claudia Sigula. Irina, she's been active a little bit over a year, I believe. She's 5-2. She's coming off a loss to Melissa Dixon, where she lost via unanimous decision. She's going up against Claudia Sigula, who's also coming off a loss to Melissa Dixon, where she got finished. I don't think Claudia Segula is that good of a fighter. I know Irina has been out for a little bit, but I think Irina's going to be able to beat Claudia here, most likely by unanimous decision. That's pretty much all I got for these ladies, guys. Like I said, today is going to be a short and sweet breakdown video. Like I said, I've been on vacation in Mexico, so it's been kind of hard to record here and there. So yeah, I apologize because of that, guys. But anyway, moving on to the next fight, we got Daria Shelensikova. She's going up against Melissa Dixon. Daria, she's coming off a loss to Eileen Perez, where she submitted Daria and torqued on her. And she's also lost to Melissa Dixon already, and she got finished by a KO/TKO. This is going to be an easy pick. Melissa Dixon's got this in the bag. She's coming off a win over Sigula, who we just talked about. And her only professional loss is to Nora Conroll, which is not too bad of a loss right now because Nora Conroll is just coming off a really good win via submission not too long ago. So yeah, I think I got Melissa Dixon, most likely by a unanimous decision win, but she does have that potential to finish Daria since she already did it once before. So you guys, moving on to the next fight, we got Ismail Nurdiev going up against Park Yong Yong. Man, these names, I'm going to butcher them so bad. But anyway, guys, Ismail, 24-7. He's currently on a 2-fight win streak. This is his second UFC stint, so we'll see how he does. Outside of the UFC, he's had a pretty good MMA career, putting up some nice win streaks and a couple losses here and there, but nothing too crazy. The thing with Ismail, though, is I don't think he's the greatest fighter in the middleweight division right now. And he doesn't excel in any other fighting category, you know. He's not the best wrestler, or he doesn't have the best striking either. And he's going up against Park. He's 18-6. He's coming off a split decision win over Brett Tavares. Park, this guy's got that smudge wrestling, and he's got pretty good takedowns. And I feel like that's going to be his main weapon in this fight. Most likely going to out-grapple Ismail and get a pretty boring unanimous decision win over him. So you guys, moving on to the next fight, we got another Korean, Ko Seok-hyun, going up against Oban Elliott. These guys had their own respective fighters a couple weeks ago, but they both got canceled because of some visa issues, I'm pretty sure. So now they're going to fight each other, which makes a lot of sense. and this should be a pretty good fight. He's 11-2 overall, and he's currently on a 4-fight win streak with 3 KO/TKO finishes and 1 unanimous decision win. And then on the other hand, we got Oban Elliott. He's currently on an 8-fight win streak, 6 of them being decision wins, 1 KO/TKO win, which was his most recent win. We got a brutal KO. He also has 1 submission win. Man, for my pick, guys, the sportbooks have it super freaking lopsided, which I don't think it is. I feel like this is going to be a pretty close fight. I think this fight is closer than what the sportbooks have it, and I think Ko Seok Hyung is going to be able to pull a nice underdog win here. I think they're both carrying huge momentums into their next fight, and I think Ko Seok Hyun is going to be able to stop Oban Elliott's 8-fight win streak, most likely by unanimous decision, or he might pull another KO/TKO finish out of nowhere and finish Oban Elliott. So we'll see how that goes, guys. Moving on to the next fight. We got Mohamed Naimov going up against Bogdan Grad. We got Mohamed Naimov coming off a win over Khan Offley via unanimous decision win. Overall, he's 12-3. This guy's a decent striker. He's going up against Bogdan Grad, who's 15-2. He's currently on a 4-fight win streak with 2 KO/TKO finishes, a split decision, and a submission win. Bogdan Grad doesn't have the best striking, even though he does have 2 KO/TKO finishes. I just think Mohamed Naimov is better in all the categories, and I feel like he's going to be able to beat Bogdan Grad, most likely by like a 29-28 this unanimous decision win. I think Bogdan Grad is enough to win 1 round, but not enough to finish or steal 2 rounds from Naimov. So, you guys, moving on to the next fight, we got Nazim Sadikov going up against Nicolas Mota. This is going to be a freaking banger of a fight, dude. Nazim is currently on a 10-fight win streak, 7 KO/TKO finishes, 2 submission wins, and a unanimous win. His most recent win was over Ismail Bonfim, the brother of Gabriel Bonfim, I believe, by a TKO doctor stoppage finish, which was a pretty fun fight to watch. He's going up against Nicolas Mota. He's 15-5 with 1 no contest. He's currently on a 2-fight win streak, 1 unanimous decision win, and another KO/TKO. I say this is going to be a banger of the fight because we got 2 freaking strikers. Nazim, though, he does get hit quite a lot, but he's pretty freaking durable. He has never been KO'd. Well, I mean, obviously, he only has 1 loss, and that was his first pro fight, by the way. And we got Nicolas Mota, who's a pretty good striker. I just don't think he's going to have enough to be able to beat Nazim. And I feel like Nazim is going to be able to KO Nicolas Mota. And I'm pretty sure this fight is not going to go the distance. But so, you guys, moving on, we got Tafik Musayev going up against Miktivek Orolbai. Tafik is 22-5. This is going to be his UFC debut. He's currently on a 2-fight win streak, both of them via KO/TKO. But dude, this guy is a KO/TKO machine, man. He has 18 wins via KO/TKO. He's going up against Orolbai. He's coming off a loss to Rebecki, which was a banger of a fight. It was a pretty close fight. It could have gone either way, but Rebecki did just enough to get that split decision win. But before that, he was on an 8-fight win streak, 5 KO/TKO victories, 2 unanimous decision wins, and 1 submission win. Orolbai is super tall and lanky for the lightweight division. I feel like this fight is going to be another war, just like the previous fight in this card and like Orolbai's previous fight as well. I don't know, man. I just think Musayev is getting there in age, and we got Orolbai, who's got pretty great wrestling. However, with the thing that does worry him about him is his gas tank. If he wants to win, he's gonna want to win as fast as he can and look for a nice submission or a pretty fast TKO on the ground. But this guy shoots for a lot of takedowns. He wrestles constantly and he is consistently looking for that finish. But like I said, his gas tank does worry me a bit. But he is going up against Musayev. But it's going to be his UFC debut at like age 35, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. As for my pick, guys, I think I got Orolbai to win here. However, if he doesn't finish Musayev in the first 2 rounds, or if he drops 1 round, I don't think he's winning. If this fight goes the distance, I think his tank is going to give out and Musayev is going to be able to get the steal. But I trust in Orolbai, and I trust that he's going to be able to finish this fight as soon as he can and get back on the winning column. Sweet. Moving on to the next fight, we got another heavyweight bout between Curtis Blades and Rizvan Kuniev. Bro, this is the 3rd time this fight has been rescheduled. My cousin Shrimp and I were supposed to watch this fight in Seattle, but it got canceled. So kind of bummed out about that. But at least we're going to get to see it this Saturday. Curtis Blades is coming off a loss to Tom Aspinall, where he got KO'd. And then on the other hand, Kuniev, he's 12-2-1. He's currently on a 10-fight win streak, 5 of them being KO/TKO finishes, 3 unanimous decision wins, and 2 submission wins. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight to watch. I feel like Rizy and Kuniev is most likely going to get the win here, though. Curtis Blades is a pretty good wrestler, but I think Rizy of Kuniev is just going to be too much for Curtis Blades to handle. And I think Kuniev is going to be able to get a nice upset win here. But I trust Kuniev is going to be able to out-grapple Blades and outstrike him. But for my pick for this fight, Rizy and Kuniev, most likely by a finish. This fight is for sure not going to go the distance, guys. Moving on to the next fight. Sweet. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening, guys. Rafael Fiziev going up against Ignacio Bahamondes. Rafael Fiziev, he's currently on a 3-fight losing streak, 2 of them being decision losses and a KO/TKO loss, with his most recent loss against Justin Gaethje. And then on the other hand, Ignacio Bahamondes, he's currently on a 3-fight win streak, 2 of them being KO/TKO finishes and a submission win against Dalen Turner, which was his most recent win. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight as well. It's going to be super fun. I don't think there's going to be any grappling whatsoever because Rafael Fiziev's Muay Thai style against Ignacio Bahamondes, kind of like kickboxing style that he has. It's going to be a banger. These guys are going to freaking standing bang. And I feel like this is going to be another great name for Ignacio Bahamondes' resume. And I feel like he's going to be able to finish Rafael Fiziev. He's going to show that he's a pretty good, great freaking fighter, and he's going to do what Justin Gaethje couldn't do. He's going to get that KO/TKO win in the second round, I believe. Ignacio Bahamondes is carrying just too much momentum. He's been looking great in his last few outings. And if somehow this fight does go to the ground, Ignacio Bahamondes has been training with Bilal Muhammad, so he's gonna have a lot of that great knowledge behind him as well for him to use. But like I said, I don't think this fight is gonna go to the ground. Like I said, for my pick, Ignacio Bahamondes, KO/TKO win. Sweet, guys. Moving on to the main event of the evening, we got the light heavyweight bout between Jamal Hill and Khalil Rountree. Jamal Hill, he's 12-3 with 1-0 contest. He's currently on a 2-fight losing streak, though, with his most recent loss to Yuri Prohashka, where he got KO/TKO'd. And before that, he had his loss against Alex Pereira, where he got KO/TKO'd as well. He's going up against Khalil Rountree. He's 14-6 with 1-0 contest. This guy's coming off a loss to Alex Pereira via KO/TKO, where he was arguably winning that fight until Alex Pereira somehow turned into Ultra Instinct Goku and got into the flow state and completely demolished Khalil Rountree. But Khalil Rountree was doing amazing in that fight. He looked pretty good. His striking was pretty nice. So we'll see how that translates into this fight. Both of these fighters are coming off a lost fight, so both of these fighters are going to want to win this fight for sure. This is going to be another banger of a fight. I feel like this is going to be more entertaining than Kamaru Usman and Joaquin Buckley. This is going to be a pretty even fight. I don't think it's going to be super lopsided, but this is going to be another fight where these guys are going to stand and bang just like the co-main event. But I think Khalil Rountree is going to be able to get a win here. I feel like he's going to be able to finish Jamal Hill, and will get him his victory to get him back on the winning column. I just think Khalil Rountree did a way better job at fighting Alex Pereira than Jamal Hill did. And Jamal Hill didn't look too great against Yuri Prohashka. But who knows? This is freaking MMA, man. Anything can happen. But I'm going to stick by it, and I think Khalil Rountree is going to get this win. But yeah, guys, this concludes all of our picks for this upcoming fight night. Again, I apologize. My quality of my video is not going to be the greatest. Like I said, I've been on a vacation right now. I've been trying my best to get this video out and just give my quick thoughts and predictions. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching my video. Hopefully, you guys have a good rest of your week, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.